All right, we are live.
Oh snap! Hey guys. Uh, yeah. Listen. This is episode 5. Yeah, we're on episode 5,
We
guys.
are on episode
We're
6.
Ah,
six.
damn, my goodness. Oh, oh my. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Mhm.
Welcome to episode 6. This is Waffle and Grits podcast, baby. Let's go. We need an intro, bro. We need an intro, like for real, for real. Like what's the, like a crazy music intro? It's like almost whatever. Anyways, that might be the grapefruit juice. But with that being said, guys, welcome back to the 6th annual. Okay, it hasn't been 6 years, but to the 6th episode of the podcast Waffle and Grits. We're back, baby. Celebrate, clap it up for your boy. I demand it. I demand it. Okay. Anyways, I'm here with my lovely, absolutely lovely guest, the harsh but spicy Isa Lioness,
Hello, hello.
and the shy but ruthless Ruby XD.
Hello, guys.
That was the most unenthusiastic hello,
Stop.
guys, I have ever heard in my life. That was horrible.
Don't be judging me, okay?
That's horrible. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it. And listen, we were gonna jump into something else, guys, but I gotta say this, man. I don't know if some of y'all have been following this whole like acquisition thing that's been going on for which like was it Warner Brothers, I believe it was, right? And Netflix and Paramount have been trying to fight for it, and everybody made it seem like Paramount was winning. I'm sorry, Netflix was winning. And so I'm assuming because, and then here's the thing, I'm not going to hold y'all. I didn't want Netflix to get this. I not want Netflix to get, even though Netflix promised, well, we will have theatrical debuts of some of these movies. No, damn that. I don't want to hear that. I don't trust them. Netflix has been horrible. And I don't know if I speak only for myself or the millions of listeners out there. Okay. They have been horrible at adaptations. Absolutely disgusting and unexcusable how disrespectful they've been. And I know once we get bigger, guys, Netflix is gonna look like people are gonna be like tagging Netflix.
I was about to say I like Netflix. I don't know
Just
what
remember,
you are.
Netflix, this is all coming from Levi's mouth.
Look
Yeah.
what Levi Uchi had to say about y'all.
Right
They gonna never let him work with Netflix ever. I'm like, look, listen. Y'all need to listen to me anyway.
This podcast will never make Netflix like all the other podcasts.
It's just gonna be me and you, Aisha.
Yeah,
regardless, I listen because I call it straight. Y'all don't want to call it straight. I call it straight like I see it, and y'all know it too because I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay, so.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix decided that they wanted to do an adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. Y'all know about that. And it was outright disgraceful.
Didn't watch it.
Me neither. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? Listen, chat.
No.
Listen, y'all come for them in the chat, bro. That's crazy. Anyways,
don't tell me. I already know. Don't try me.
Anyways, so anyways, it looks like if this is true, it looks like Netflix has pulled out. It said it's no longer financially viable, guys, which means Paramount's going to get control of a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we're talking about a nice list of what is it? Game of Thrones. It's a bunch of stuff. Let me look it up real quick. I know it's Game of Thrones
You said Lord of the Rings are acquiring.
Yeah,
HBO.
it's HBO, CNN,
You said
CBS,
Cartoon Network.
Yep, DC Studios, guys. That means the Superman movies or whatever Batman movies are now going to be controlled by Paramount, and I actually appreciate that more than Netflix because Netflix has been horrible at adaptations on anything. They hire people that are incompetent, that do not know the source material, nor do they care. And I know people in the comment sections are going to be coming at me saying Paramount do the same thing.
They better.
Paramount do the same thing because look what they did to Halo. You're absolutely right.
Oh, I forgot
You're
Paramount did that.
Absolutely correct.
Because I was about to say, where did Paramount do original shows? But then you said Halo. But I don't watch their original shows.
So I understand And that's not the only time Paramount has done something stupid like that. But Paramount has a far better track record, respectfully, than Netflix when it comes to this sort of ideal. So if I had to choose the best possible outcome for two situations that I don't really appreciate in the first place, I'll go with Paramount. So that's that. So, anyways, they're going back. CNN, CBS, DC Studios, guys. DC Studios, okay? That's the movies. Cartoon Network, which is a shell of itself. I don't think Ruby remembers Cartoon Network, but me and Aisha do.
Excuse me.
So,
I grew up on that too. That's crazy. Oh my god. Who do you think you're talking to?
So
I mean, that's good. Now I can sit back and watch myself some Courage, hopefully some Dexter,
I don't
Johnny
think so.
Bravo.
Because
Paramount goes back to all those they have all the Nickelodeon old shows.
They do with that, yeah. But do they have Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network has it. I mean, if they're acquiring HBO has Courage. HBO has Powerpuff Girls.
But do they have Johnny Bravo? Because
no, but that'll be a hope that if they acquire that, they can get into the vault and put those things out. Because I'll be there for life watching.
Because I remember Cow and Chicken, not Courage, Cow
and Chicken,
and Two Stupid Dogs. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I don't.
And there was Two Stupid Dogs was fucking hilarious to me. Oh, so but what was another? There was those is like more of the classics, but not like Looney Tunes type stuff, but more like going towards that era. But anyways, if they got that, that's great.
That would be great. Yeah, people are gonna pay a lot of money. At least millennials and the older generation will pay to watch those great shows.
Because they already have Nickelodeon, MTV, Showtime, okay, TNT, Comedy Central, Turner Classic Movies, TCM.
I'm excited for that. Turner Classic Movies. I enjoyed it when Turner Classic Movie. They had some great old school movies on there.
Okay. DC Comics is a big one as well. And the deal also includes major franchises and intellectual properties, including, we talked about this, touch on this, Game of Thrones, okay? Lord of the Rings, thank God. The problem is that if that's the case, then wait, but how? Because I thought Amazon owned that because they have the Rings of Power, which is trash.
But they have, I think they have all the Lord of the Ring movies on HBO right now. So
okay.
It does. I don't think it has anything with their owning. They just paid the rights to have it streamed on their things.
They got Harry Potter, Star Trek, Mission Impossible, Transformers, The Conjuring, which I think is finished. I think the last. I mean, I know they're going to continue to try to milk the series, but the actual storyline is finished. A Quiet Place, which Ruby absolutely adores for whatever reason.
I need to watch the newest one.
The newest one wasn't the best.
Be honest. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sure it wasn't, but I just want to see if her and her cat survived. That's all. Her running around with that cat.
Oh, they beheaded the cat at the beginning of the movie. I mean, I mean to spoil it for you, but yeah, they beheaded.
No, they didn't. That's I don't listen to nothing.
Why do you do her like that?
That's crazy.
He knows I'm not listening to anything he got to say anyways.
Oh my God. The next one is Mortal Kombat, guys. Mortal Kombat.
I like them.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Get it out of not Seth Green. Seth, whatever his name is, hands, because whatever that little horrible animation, I don't know I don't even know how to describe it. It was disgusting. Get it out of his hands. Looney Tunes, I guess, of course, we're coming Warner Brothers. Tom and Jerry, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, SpongeBob SquarePants, really? Because it's Nickelodeon. Okay.
But yeah,
Avatar,
that's already on there. Avatar:
The Last Airbender, and Dora the almost said something crazy when I read her name. I almost said something crazy. And in today's climate, it probably would not be appropriate. So I'm going to chill.
Chill. Exactly. Just chill.
Oh my God. Anyways, now that I got that out of the way, let's get to back to our regular scheduled programming. So, guys, there's some things going on right now. Xbox is seeming to be going through a monumental shift. I mean, some people could say they've been seeing this coming, guys. So Aisha and Ruby, I think Phil Spencer the CEO of Xbox, has been that way for years, has been basically blown out of Xbox. They gave this mofo the boot. They kicked him in his rear end so hard that sparks were created, and you could hear him, see him careening over any type. Well, it just to say in the sky. It was terrible how they did him. Terrible. They got him an F up out of there, and which is crazy because Phil has been spearheading Xbox for over a couple decades now. So it's I can understand because Phil has basically there's a lot of games got canceled under Phil, guys. A lot of games that people were really anticipating were destroyed by Phil. He acquired a lot of studios and did nothing with them. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
What are you yelling at us?
The emphasis was insane.
My apologies.
Okay.
It just upsets me, man. This upsets me because they tried to destroy Mass Effect, and I almost never forgave them for that. But yeah,
that's okay.
Hopefully this new one that's coming out, and hopefully in the next 2 years is going to be incredible. But with that being said, guys, so like from what I'm hearing now is that they think that Netflix, I mean, we can talk about this. They think that Xbox is trying to become like a platform that's removing itself from the hardware game. So we're probably not going to see any more Xbox consoles, excuse me. Okay. Like, the Xbox 6, right? We're probably not going to see any of that no more. And they want to get strictly into software. And I think they're going to be competing with NVIDIA when it comes to just being able to stream games. I think they want to be like the Netflix of gaming. So what do you guys think about that? Like the whole game streaming thing and Xbox potentially just going strictly digital and you just being able to stream games. Like I want to see how they're going to do that because like streaming games is I stream games from time to time. Ruby seen me do that. And it's not bad. The fidelity from where I wasn't there, but it's definitely playable. How do you guys feel about being able to just stream games instead of having to download and play them from a console? Go ahead.
But when you stream them, so that means you're not going to own it, right?
That's one of the biggest things that people have been talking about. Yeah.
I want to own my game, so I don't necessarily think I would like it if I can't own it.
See, Steam has gotten a lot of backlash for that because with Steam, you don't technically own your game. So, for example, if Steam goes down and says, you know what, we're shutting down Steam and it's gone.
No, are you serious?
They're going to have to run me a fair one on that one. They're going to have to run me a fair one. They're going to give me all my money back.
No,
all them games I know, you're going to run me a fair one on that one. Yeah, we going to have to fight. So
absolutely. Yeah, if they decide to shut down Steam today, the games go with it. This is, for example, this is why, and I don't know how much I know Aisha knows about it, but I don't think Ruby does. This is why GOG is really important to a lot of gamers because GOG, you have that game for life. So if GOG is blown from the surface of the earth, you still have those games. So I've got a couple of games off of GOG. It's just GOG's library can't really compete with Steam's right now. So even the Epic Game Store, whatever it's called, it's just very difficult because, like, look at Steam like NVIDIA. NVIDIA owns the gaming GPU market. AMD is trying to hang in there. Intel's irrelevant. Okay, and it's their fault. It's Intel's fault why they're irrelevant because they have people at the top that weren't making the best decisions. I can say more, but I need to chill. But with that being said, I think that's one of the issues that Steam is a great company, and I love Steam's platform. I really do. I haven't it's because of Steam. God forgive me. Because of Steam, I haven't gone to GameStop.
Oh, I still go to GameStop.
I haven't been to GameStop in years.
I be going to GameStop.
I be walking past that and seeing Pikachu plushies, and I know they be just be looking at me. Just please,
so
Levi, please just come in the store. We miss you. I said I can't. I've given my love to someone else. Sorry. It's crazy. Anyways, so what are y'all thoughts on that, man?
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't know about this stuff, But I think this is why I don't go so heavy into gaming because I don't really inform myself. And a lot of the times I'm like, okay, if I spend money, I'm over here thinking that these games are like with me for life. But if you're now telling me this, it's like, what? Like, I don't
Yeah.
really, it kind of scares me to invest in like trying to game in general, you know? Like,
I
with,
don't blame you. I don't blame you. Now, again, there is no danger whatsoever of steam being blown from the surface of the earth. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
There's really no chance of that. They would literally, it would take a, it would literally take a divine event for Steam to be basically put in a situation to where they no longer existed. Okay. Um,
Right.
but so that's not going to happen. So we're not worried about that. But it's the principle that people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
It's the
talking
Even
about.
principle that
It's the
I'm
still, yeah.
buying this
principle.
game and y'all telling me
Yes.
I'm spending
Yeah.
my money and then I can't even keep
Yeah.
the game. Like, what is
Yeah.
that?
If you delete Steam, all your games go. If you delete Steam, you can't access that.
And
It's
yeah,
yeah. It's
that's the
disrespectful.
crappy part of it. So I would
Yes.
say if this Xbox thing is that they're doing and we actually get to keep the games, then I would
Mhm.
say that's a profitable market like Steam, especially if they're not just doing Xbox games and they're doing every game.
Well, I don't think so. This is how I see it. So I don't think they're going to be owning the games at all. What they're going to do is basically it's going to be like a Steam. It's going to be like a Netflix
Yeah.
or HBO catalog. You're going to go through the games. Oh, I want to play Halo today. I'm going to click on Halo. It's going to boot up. No matter where you are, whether it's on your cell phone or whether you have a handheld, you're going to be able to play on the go. Everything's kind of moving that direction, anyways, guys. This is why the Steam, not Steam Deck. I'm sorry, but Steam Deck. Yes, we'll get to that. This is why the Switch, okay, is so popular because the Switch sell like millions of consoles. It's insane because people not just love the Nintendo ecosystem, the Nintendo games, but the ease of use where I can take it anywhere I want in game. Okay. That's the thing. And then Steam jumped on that again with the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is the same thing, being able to game on the go. Now, with what I think Xbox is trying to do is they're trying to, because again, here's the thing, you can already with Xbox Game Pass, you can already stream games, right? You can stream games if you on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. You can already do that with Xbox. If you have a good internet connection, you can do it. So if you got a good internet connection, even if you're like if you have AT&T, T-Mobile, or on a cell phone plan, Verizon, if you have 5G, you can game pretty effectively. The problem is that Google tried this with Stadia, and Google has the infrastructure to create renewable energy at this point. But they failed. Google fails a lot. Okay, but Google has the money to ball up like multi-billion, hundreds of millions of dollars to billions of dollars of ideas and ball them up like homework and launch them. Okay, they seem to be able to afford to do that. But this is what I'm
They
saying.
gotta stay in their lane. They have to stay in their lane. Google ain't no gaming thing, so calm down.
But the problem with Google Stadia was stupid because Google Stadia was like, okay, if you already own the game, you still have to buy it again on Stadia. Which people like, I'm not paying full price for a game that I already own to play it just on another platform.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that. And Google thought that people, because of the fact that people want to be able to game wherever they go, that they will be willing to do that. And people are like, no.
And we're not. We'll watch it on YouTube. We will watch somebody play on YouTube. We'll watch a streamer before I'm giving you $5.
So yes, and this is where it's going to be going, guys. This is what I think. So I think Xbox has an idea. The problem is the technology technology where it needs to be able to support that level of infrastructure because again, GeForce Now does that with NVIDIA. Xbox Game Pass does that. But a lot of people do not have that powerful internet connection that can render the games to look appropriate, okay, enough to be playable. Okay, that's the issue. But it's getting there. It's been moved. It's made the Xbox Game Pass. The streaming that I've done, it is actually really good. They've done a very good job. So things are only going to improve. So people are going to. So again, and everything's going subscription based. Aisha and Rube. It's going subscription based. Like they might get to a point where they won't even start selling games now, guys. They're like, nah, you'll get it. You can't buy one game. We'll just give you the whole package for $10 a month. So, I that's where I think that it's not gonna be $10. That'll be insane. But $10 is incredible. But no, it's probably gonna be like $50 a month. For being
A
able
month,
to pay.
you said? Wow.
A month, 1,000%. Yeah.
Yep, 50 a month.
I mean, 50 months. Yeah,
Money.
All these subscription services are creeping up, bro. They're all like when Netflix came out, it was like $4.99 or something like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Everything is going up.
Hurt my little feelings over there as much as Netflix was. Calm down, Netflix. Just calm down. Get better stuff on your thing, and I think about paying.
Yeah, just hire people that are like. Look, my thing is, that's like, again, this is what's worse. They hire people that have quote unquote accolades, but most of these people that have had films that have been terrible and have bust and have sometimes cost some of these companies money. Okay, but because they have this on their resume, like they're like, people I call it like failing upwards. I mean, we see that a lot at our job, Ruby. People are just terrible at their job and somehow they get better positions.
Oh, I see. It's connections at that point.
Yeah, it's called failing up. So it happens often in Hollywood. So, but yeah, that's why I think things are going to go, man. It's just my opinion. I mean, again, if that were to happen, would you guys, if they had, let's say they had it at what they would consider a fair price, $30 a month, would you guys be interested in subscribing to something like that?
I don't know. Doing all these other subscription, I don't know, because I be on my Paramount, I be on my Disney Plus. I don't know, give them $30 for no games when I can get it off for Steam. I don't know. I would really have to sit back and hear what people have to say. The catalog, is it worth it? It's got to really be worth it. I mean, $30 is still a lot for a normal working person.
Yeah. Well, we got to remember again. It's not going to just be the issue that Xbox is going to run into too, and I forgot to mention this, is that Xbox is going to be trying to make deals with other gaming studios to host their games. So that's going to cut into their profit, because let me tell you something. They got to pay Call of Duty. They got to pay them. They got to pay them boys. Okay, they have Call of Duty on, because they're technically losing money.
But they already do, so they already got it. They got it on the Game Pass. Yeah,
exactly. So it's I think Call of Duty can make more on their own. So there's got to be some type of lucrative like contract that they have to do this, But anyways,
it really depends on the type of games, what kind of games you have. Does it work? Will it always shut down? Would it always have bugs and everything? I'm not about to waste. I wouldn't do it immediately. I would literally, this would be the only time where reviews really matter to me. Because like I said, for regular people, $30 is not cheap. For us normal people, $30 is not cheap. We're already paying for subscription for everything else in the world.
It's more than cable, bro. Cable had got to the point it was $100 a month, and they thought like, oh well, Netflix. Well, we'll do it. We'll give you access to all these movies for $4.99.
And they lied, because they got rid of all the dang movies, and now they're all on HBO. They're on Paramount. It's on Peacock.
Everybody's fighting.
I hate that. Yeah,
they're fighting for your attention, and they're trying.
Netflix now is just a document place to me. If I want to watch a good documentary, I'll go to Netflix.
Yeah, they're trying to nickel and dime you out of existence, and that's what like pisses me off. And again, it's no longer about the consumer, because again, one of the issues, again, I understand some of this stuff, but like there's a lot of people, if I take my own bias out of this, there's a lot of people that like shows on these platforms that they will just delete from their platform in the cold of the night, bro. Like you'll be sitting here enjoying the show, and then all of a sudden it's been removed from the platform the next morning. You're like, yo, what happened?
Oh, now it ended on this day, and now we're bringing this one. Yeah, it pissed me off when Netflix did that.
Yep.
I was off of Netflix for a good little minute because they did that, because they used to have British murder mysteries, and we were watching, then they removed it all. I was like, all right, Netflix, you tried it.
Yeah, and for example, I can see that happening soon to Black Mirror, because Black Mirror originally was incredible. The first 2-3 seasons were really good. Then
I still have to finish that.
It turned into a flop. Yeah, it got horrible. And again, I I feel like there's too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to a lot of these projects. A lot of these people are trying to meet quotas and trying to like appease everybody instead of focusing on the art themselves. We deal with this in video games, guys. This we deal with. I've talked about this before. We deal with this even in the video game sphere, where like my favorite franchises are sometimes like destroyed or held hostage, because they allow people to put their influences on things that they shouldn't be there. Okay, for example, let's get to the remake section of this. God of War, it was just announced recently that God of War is getting a official remake. What I mean by remake, I'm not talking about just a 4K overlay. No, they're rebuilding the game from the ground up. Okay, and then anybody out here in the comment section and listening right now, and that was old enough to remember the first God of War, y'all know how base that game is. Okay, God of War 1 and 2 are extremely base. I'm telling you that right now. Because again, you were able, listen, there was a lot of blood, there was a lot of gore, a lot of adult content, and there was a mini game in the game where you were able to blow the backs out of your concubine, okay? Okay, there was a mini game. All right? You got achievements for your stroke game. I kid you not. I was just keeping it a whole buck with you, bro. That's what it was. I can guarantee you this, guys. I can guarantee you this. Oh, I can't guarantee you this. I would not be surprised, and it's more than likely going to happen that's going to be censored out. That's going to be removed. They did the same thing, guys, in the Mass Effect remake. Even though now the Mass Effect remake that I put my dear friend Aisha Lioness on, what she enjoyed, there's one notorious aspect of this. And God bless the modders because they do the Lord's work. God bless them. Shout out to them because they immediately went in and said, over our dead bodies. But anyways, the Mass Effect studio removed a scene because Miranda was supposed to be the sex appeal. She's supposed to be a genetically perfect, aesthetically beautiful woman. And there's a scene where you're talking and the camera's focused on her butt. Okay? Miranda ass shot. Okay? They removed that. That was in the original trilogy. They removed it. Okay? In the new trilogy that they re-released. Okay? And the monitor said, over our dead body, hold my beer. And they beautifully put it back. This is the type of foolishness that I'm talking about. For what? Okay? Why did you remove it? To offend who? Okay? Because the people that are going to be buying the majority of this game are the people that were fans of the franchise when it was in the game. When it was in the game. Okay? You're not going to listen. The reality of somebody that's never played Mass Effect before, that has no care in the world about the story, lore, or anything science fiction like that, saying the reason why I'm not going to play this game is because Miranda's butt is in a shot. Okay,
that would be me. I'm just kidding, but I would question it. Like, why?
So you see, you're the problem. You're the problem.
The problem.
Jesus Christ!
I don't pay none attention. I'm over here like, okay. She got a nice butt, whatever.
If it's right in your face, then yeah.
So
it's part of the character about her, and if you play the game, you'll see it because her character is about it.
It would make sense. Yeah, if it makes sense, then I see why. But if it's just there to be there, then I'm like, come on.
It's part of her character. Like Levi said, she was genetically made to be perfect. So her breasts were made perfect, her ass were made perfect. So it's just a point of them showing everything that she's talking about is worth it
and
for the game. It's part of that.
I'm gonna call out Ruby right now. I'm gonna shove this down her throat, metaphorically speaking, audience. She says that when she sees that type of stuff with girls, but she's as quiet as a rat pissing on cotton when she sees shirtless men sweating up and down Hollywood movies. Nobody has anything to say. Okay? Nobody.
No. That's a lie. Now, because I hate when it's overhyped men, the whole muscular and sweaty and this
That
and
was
that. I don't
Twilight, and you like Twilight. That was literally
listen.
Twilight.
And I hated Jacob for it, which is
Okay,
why
calm
I didn't
down,
go for
calm
it. I
down,
didn't
Cullen
go
did
for
the
him because
same
of that.
thing. He had his shirt off too. What are you talking about?
No,
Stop
yeah,
it.
but he was the typical, oh my God, he's so muscular and the sweat and this and that. I didn't like him. I like the other guy that wasn't so muscular
You
and
like
you know.
Summerface. Look, all I'm saying is again, he had his shirt off. He had his sex appeal too. Now it may not have Edward Cullen.
That's a lie, and you know it.
It may not have been what you typically go for, Ruby. So you excused it with Edward because you like his character more than you like Jacob. Because to you, Jacob was too flashy. But Edward Cullen still had his sex appeal too. Miranda, there she is. Edward Cullen still had his sex appeal too. This is why Bella liked him, okay?
Because she was foolish.
And that's why they had Team Edward and Team Bella. Okay, I mean Team Edward and Team Jacob. Okay, so again, yes, Jacob had more he was more muscular.
Yeah,
but you just for example, you like more lean. You like that. You like that lean body type more than a muscular body type. I understand that. So again,
I don't.
It's based off your preference. You excuse your preference. So that's the hypocrisy about the whole situation. That's why I said I'm gonna call you out, because you can't get away from it. Because if you allow it with anything else, because you're not watching movies with nuns, everybody wrapped the fuck up, nobody has anything showing. You watch movies with skin all the time.
I don't try to sometimes. A lot of the times, every show has to have that. So, you know.
All right, whatever. Anyways, that is that. Look at
that. Look at that. Team Jacob.
Oh God.
You can grind cheese on those abs. I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, look.
Oh my God.
All I'm trying to say is this, and you know what's so sad about that? I think that movie destroyed his career, because what happened to your boy? What happened?
He did try to go solo, but the point is, everybody saw him as Jacob, the young naive. At least with Edward, he came from Harry Potter, and and then they also still saw him as Shark Boy. They didn't want to give him a chance.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was crazy. Listen, this man will be a dog for the rest of his life. There's nothing he can do. Listen. We've heard about being typecast. Being typecast is this and that. So he's typecast. He can't do shit outside of being a dog. Nothing.
It sucks.
That's crazy. You know what? If I was still doing film, bro, I'd hire him, bro. I might be able to get him for a good rate, bro. I might be able to get him for a good rate.
Yeah, but he take his shirt off.
If he's
still in shape, I guess.
He might be. I don't know. I don't watch his movies.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these actors, they say that is grueling, bro. They like, I remember listening to Hugh Jackman. Like, the man hadn't had a cheeseburgers in 2 decades because he had to continually keep his body. Like, when he was so happy when he did that final Wolverine movie, he said he hadn't had a cheeseburger in almost 2 decades. It was crazy.
I would eat a cheeseburger.
Because same thing with Chris Evans. Like, people think like it's true. Like, at least back in the day. When I say back in the day, maybe about 10 years ago. Superhero movies will actually before that, because it's like 2 decades, because Tobey Maguire exploded because of Spider-Man. When it was the dream of an actor and actresses to get a superhero role, because that will solidify you, I guess, and it kind of pushes you into superstardom. Okay, so a lot of times, like, these people, they get in these situations, but it's they think they want it, but the regimens that they have to do, like even Chris Hemsworth, he had like the workout regimens, the diet regimens, like for years. You can't be great. You got to literally be out there grazing and eating grass. Okay, you can't enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Okay, those raggedy ass Mexican breads, okay, from the taco truck. They can't have those delightful raggedy Mexican breads, Ruby. You can't have them, okay? They're out the game.
I know, right?
You can't have them. They're delicious, okay, but they're terrible for you. They're terrible. Okay,
It's
so
okay.
if you want to make it in the business, you gotta leave them shits alone. Regardless, anyways, getting back on topic here. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to call it out because it annoyed me when Ruby said that. It really did. It rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just calm
god.
down.
Okay,
It's okay.
I
it's
know,
just
right? You see, he just
it's,
wants to come at me. It wasn't even
no, no, no,
anything
no.
I
It's just
said.
listen. Listen. I don't care what you say because we have this recorded, and the group and the chat knows that I'm
Wait,
very. I
did
always
they hear that? Aisha, did you hear that? He said he doesn't care what I say, but yeah, he came at me. Isn't that
Came at you a
crazy?
little hard. He did come at you a little
You should
strong.
stop it.
Yeah.
It was a little
See how
rough
she
out
do.
there.
See how she do. Anyways, regardless, we'll move past that. My point is this: is when they go to these remakes, and maybe people getting remake fatigue. I don't think it's necessarily remake fatigue. It just depends on the remake itself.
That's
Because
a
we've
lot.
gotten the Resident Evil remakes, okay? Resident Evil remake of 2 and 3 and 4. We didn't get a remake of 1, okay, which I think is going to be coming soon, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that's going to be another big one that's going to be released as Resident Evil 1 remake. But those games sell really well. The Silent Hill remake sold really well,
Mm.
okay? Again, not Game of Thrones, God of War. I think if they do this right, it's going to do well. Again, Mass Effect remake did really well. It did really well, and I think, and again, a lot of that had to do with they pretty much left the game as it was supposed to be. I felt like they took out the butt shot for politics to appease a group of individuals that are not going to even buy the damn game. They're not going to even buy the damn game. Okay, a butt shot is not going to stop people from buying the game. Ruby. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
so
Mm.
Goodness.
so again, when it comes to God of War, I am hoping and praying that they do a faithful remaster. Okay, and I promise you, if you do that, you will have people. You have a lot of game journalists and magazines coming out here saying that you're not. It's distasteful, this, that, and so forth. We're in 2020, whatever. There's a lot of people that are going to be saying that and trying to speak ill. I promise you, these people do not have the power that they used to. The game is still going to sell. Okay, we have lots of evidence for that. All right, the game is still going to sell. I promise you. Be faithful to the fans, and they will return the favor. That's all you got to do. Whether it's games or movies, whatever. Just listen to the fans of the original works. They will
And
never
give
steal you
him
wrong.
his butt shot that he wants so bad.
Put it back, okay? Put it back. Nobody asked you to remove it. Anyways,
I'm gonna
so
honestly say I disagree with you on that because it's remake fatigue for me. I'm sick of remakes personally.
talk about
Okay,
it.
because to me, every year we're getting something remastered. So when are we gonna get the next masterpiece? You know what I'm saying? When are we gonna get
Ooh,
the
okay.
next top movies, top game? It's just nonstop remastered. It goes with Disney live action. We got Spider-Man rebooted every year.
Mm.
Anime movies being remade with instead of giving us new arcs of it. You know, when is the
Ooh.
next big video game that's going to take over, but instead of just going back and doing the same old game that we already seen, half of the times we're getting remakes that hasn't even been 10 years already.
Mm.
I'm like tired of that. And then you re-release it for at a high price of $70 at that. You don't even give us at a cheap discount.
That's crazy. Yeah, they be throwing us through the ring on that one. Ruby?
Yeah, I mean, when Aisha puts it like that, I completely agree with her, which is why I'm like, sometimes everyone that talks about all these OG games, I'm like, okay, but like, is there going to be something new? You know, anyone going to talk about some new game that's actually like worth playing now or something? But it's always the, oh, I'm waiting for the remastered and this and the remake. And it's like, it feels like we're at a standstill sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, just to piggyback off what Aisha was saying. Yeah, man, I think that she makes a very good point. So, like, a lot of people are looking for new IP, new stories to embark on, right?
Yes.
And they decide to sit back and try to milk a franchise because they know people like it. So they said, well, this did really well. Let's just reboot it. And here's the thing: if a game's 20 years old that had a huge, like, following or a potentially huge following that you want to bring back and it's 20 years old, I understand that. But
Yes,
you're
that's fine.
but your remakes should not supersede new IP. Okay,
And it does, and you notice that, right?
it upsets me. Yes,
A
I've seen a
lot of
lot of remakes coming. Again, but to be fair, there's a lot of new games that come out, but not necessarily from AAA studios, and they don't have the funding or the backing. But yeah, we seem like we're in the year or the generation of the remake. And again, it's like we said, it's not just games, it's movies too.
It's the
Every
movie.
movie's
It's
being
that
remade
safe
too.
space that they find. That's safe.
Yeah.
It's corporate.
Yeah.
Where's the risk? I understand you're scared of being a flop, but that's what y'all. That's what your company.
That's all they've been playing is
for.
flops. They've been making nothing but flops.
They have, but that's the point of your company. It's like movies. How many DC movies has flopped? But DC still pushes and they're still trying. That's the point. How many? I mean, at this point, DC, how many failed Batman movies are we going to get?
That's crazy.
Until you realize that let's move on, and maybe instead of doing Batman and Joker, let's add Batman and the Riddler, Batman and Two-Face, different characters. Why are we still getting the same origin Batman story? I'm saying it's just like with the Marvel multiverse, that's getting fatigued. That's why when I told you I'm not paying the $5 to go see this new one. I'm not paying it. I'm not paying a $5 to go see Fast and Furious number 50. Okay, I'm not doing it.
Thank God. Thank God.
Number 50. I'm not doing it. Horror remakes.
Listen, Ben Diesel's gonna have something to say about that because he's
okay. Well, Benny,
same thing with Tyrese. Tyrese, listen. You guys support Tyrese because he be crashing out online. So you listen. The man is not.
Tyrese got to go sit down somewhere. He needs some therapy.
Oh man, you might be right. You might be right. Like the way they be doing him online is crazy.
He do it to himself. What you doing on there screaming and crying like that and asking us, what do you want from me? We don't know what you want from
do you
you,
want from me? Y'all don't do that, bro. I can't handle it.
Like, baby, we don't know. What do you want to do for yourself? What do you like that? I'm just saying, like, we get constant horror remakes.
I'm not laughing, bro. This is crazy.
You laughing. We got, constant horror remakes instead of new horror concepts. When they came out with Smile, I was like, okay, new horror concept. But why are we still getting the same old remake? Okay, I like Scream, but why are we on Scream 30?
Yeah, that's crazy. And these people are like 60 years old trying to act like they're badass. I'm like, no, you're 60.
Yes.
Sit your old ass down.
Halloween.
Okay?
Why are we on Halloween 132? We get
Michael Myers is hang it up,
dying.
bro. Yeah, hang it up. You're done.
Let it
it's
go.
over with. Jesus.
And they're keeping milking it, and they're milking it. Just give me something original. If it fails, it fails. But sometimes just because it flops big in the theater does not make the movie suck. It just people didn't catch anybody's attention because you're throwing all these remakes out there. And people are going to go see that versus the movie that could have been potentially better, turn into cult classics later.
Ruby, what are your thoughts, Ruby? I mean, listen, you watch movies. I know your favorite show is Drewski and stuff like that. So, like, when it comes to films and remakes, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I pretty much agree with Aisha. I think lately I haven't really watched any new movies or the shows that I watched. They each have to listen. They each have to differ, and I can't watch another show that's the same exact concept. And at this point, it's hard to really find the show that I really like. And I think it's just I personally am I have been just stuck on not watching any movies, any shows that just pretty much have for example, like Drewski, how you said, right? You know how you showed me that show? What was it? Flavor of Love or whatever?
Yeah.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, as much as I like Drewski and that type of show, I typically like to watch the same stuff over and over again. But I can't, in this generation, there's nothing new going on. So I can't necessarily watch Drewski and then watch the Flavor of Love. It's not for me anymore. Which was different years ago, but there's literally nothing. My whole Marvel went down the drain. So I'm
blame Kevin Feige for trying to sit back and virtue signal. Okay, just make good movies, son. Okay, just make good movies. Okay, don't put social politics into the movies. It's irrelevant. It cost you millions and billions of dollars when you did that, Kevin. I hope you hear this. Stop it. You were at the top of the world. at the top of the world with the original Avengers, okay? And you decided to take a steaming dump on it because you want to play social politics, okay? You can deny it all you want to. Everybody saw it, which is why they stopped going. It's not superhero fatigue. It's not other goofy excuses y'all are trying to make. People are tired of the politics. We go to the movies for an escape, okay? Mm-hmm. We go to the movies for an escape. We don't want to be lectured, okay? We don't want to be lectured to. We don't want to be told that we're terrible people because we prefer X over O's. Well, whatever. Who cares? Okay? Who cares? Just give us a good movie, okay? I want, like, for example, and it's just not me. Men and women agree, okay? If they're watching an action movie, the hero's journey is something that people like. Okay? People like women included. They like when the heroics of a traditional man goes out there and saves a girl. They like that. They appreciate that. They don't. You can have kick-ass girls. Okay, we've seen it done right. Terminator, Sarah Connor, kick-ass. What's your girl's name having a brain fart from Alien? Ripley.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver, Ripley.
Sigourney Weaver. Yes, we have girls. I mean, there's a lot of movies that have incredibly powerful and strong women that do not basically like do things that are so distasteful from a social political standpoint that it turns people off from the film. Okay. One of my favorite movies, and I've said this multiple times, not on this podcast, is Enough. Okay. With Jennifer Lopez. I think she's a horrible actress, but Lord knows I enjoyed that movie enough. Okay. I love that damn movie. I might watch it this weekend. Okay. So it's I love that movie. And Ruby, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Trust and believe. It's nothing ridiculous and over the top. Like, you don't have women that are 105 pounds soaking wet with a bottle of Ciroc in their back pocket, drop kicking 250-pound men out of windows. Okay. We don't
Sparta.
Nobody cares. We don't want to see that. Okay. The only women we give a pass to do that kind of stuff is Asian women. Let's keep it a stack. Asian women can beat the shit out of dudes all they want, and we don't care because they have a culture, a developed culture of constant cinema of them doing exactly. This is why anime and girls in anime just so acrobatic and skilled, and a lot of times they're not just brute forcing men; they're like assassins, okay, and annihilating men, all right, in deliciously delectable and disgustingly dangerous ways. They do. Okay. I'm trying to tell you. So this is like
believable. She kicking that butt right there.
Why? Oh yeah, there it is. Enough right there. Yeah, you got to see that. Look, beat the shit out of him. But again, she didn't just beat the shit out of him just like going one to one. She used her environment, everything to her advantage. She absolutely did. He deserved every bit of that. She deserved every bit of that kick. I'm trying to tell you. And Ruby would like it. She'll call me and say, yeah, TC. I mean, she's not going to do it because she hates giving me what she hates, like
giving you your props.
Yes,
no, that's such a lie.
Oh, yes, she does. Lord knows.
Okay. Only when he like makes it like, when he's like, oh, you're going to love this because I know you and you like this stuff. And so when he's completely off the charts, then I tell him. But if it's good, I'll let him know it was good.
She hates it. If I'm supposed to advertise the movie to you, yo, Ruby, this is trash. I think you should watch it. That's how I'm supposed to advertise the movie to you? Or she's like, hey, this is a really good movie.
Well, let's just be once again. You claim almost every movie is trash.
Because most movies are. That's just the reality. Most movies are dog water. Okay?
So it's hard to believe you on that part because you say everything's trash. And then all the rest of us are like, yeah, we liked it. I mean, say it very low on there because the Levi's, he destroys it. And we're like, yeah, we liked the movie.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll be telling him what I'm watching. And literally just the other day you're like, oh, I hate what you watch. I hate what you watch. I'm like, oh my God.
You get that? It was horrible. it was trash. And you're just like,
you have to,
I like it.
Well, the thing about it is that I think I said I hate what you read, Ruby, because you told me what you were reading. I'm sorry,
but then I told you I was watching.
Watching it, yeah. I said I hate what you watch. Yeah, I'm not gonna embarrass you by telling people what you were watching, but it was terrible.
When we get off of this stream, I'm gonna ask what we watching so I can see
Oh
if
my
I
God.
agree or not. Is it something I would watch, Levi?
Well, actually, I'll be honest.
Maybe.
I'll be honest.
No, you know what? No, you wait. Based off what Ruby said, no.
Okay.
I'll be honest. What I watched,
what
I was watching does suck. I was complaining to him even when I was watching it, but it's just the type of stuff that I like to watch. Like I know my taste isn't
romance.
Everyone's taste. Yeah, it's romance.
Oh, then no.
Definitely. It's the typical like what I was watching was the typical another sort of Twilight story, between vampire and werewolf.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Get out of here, man. I tell you.
I'm good.
Get out of here.
Yeah, romance. My romance is unique, I guess you could say.
She has she likes romances that like
very cliche.
Schoolgirls like. She likes romances of children. Okay.
What? Stop. You did not just say that. You did not just say that. No, not even close. Because the stuff that you made me watch had no spice to it. And that's
I'm not talking about when I like chat. When I say for children, this is what I mean. I'm talking about where boy likes girl likes guy, okay, and everything works out perfectly for them in the end. Okay?
Excuse me.
That's what she likes. No,
hold up. That's what I generally like. But the only
I know.
Type of story that I go for is always having two guys and one girl, and the girl can't decide which one. That's what I like.
Yeah, I hate those. That's so predictable. I got time for this love triangle crap.
What?
But I only do it one time, and that was Team Edwards, Team Jacob. That was the only thing. And in the way of Levi said, that was because I was in the high school age. And going into college. After that, I'm not sitting here watching. I'll be like, girl, pick one or leave.
I said when a child is shit, like I said, for a reason.
That's crazy. Listen, when we watch stuff, it's supposed to be fictional and not realistic,
I get that, but
it's so predictable and it's annoying.
Well, even if it's predictable, it's just I like the idea because I'm very indecisive. So even when it's predictable and the producer or whatever forces you to choose one guy, then I kind of like it because it makes me decide, well, you know what? I wanted the other guy instead.
You had 3 or 4 whole movies of Twilight where they were juggling Edward and
Jacob. I loved it. You did.
Twilight. You did. So wait a minute. But Aisha, here's the thing. We can't even get her to play a certain visual novel, okay, because there's too many choices.
All girls. But give me a guy that I like that I can actually see every day so I can play.
There's guys in the game. What are you talking about?
No, but it's always just like the guys will show up and then they just leave. I want to know more about the guys than the girls.
Well, unfortunately, Ruby, there's not much except for the one that I sent you.
Yes.
I don't think there's really much out there like that.
The wild part is there's lots of girls that are huge fans of the visual novel we're talking about. I'm talking about women. They like it. Okay. And again, I understand everybody has their own taste. I get it. But like I stand on what I say. You like unrealistic, childish romances, which is fine.
Listen, I wouldn't say childish, man.
It is. It damn sure is.
Cliche, old school.
It's not even old school, man.
Yes, it is. I love shows that the romance is the guy doing love letters to the girl or something like that. That's what I mean by old school.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ruby. I would have fallen asleep right next to you. You would have looked, and I would have been smart. I would have been like, "This is." This is why I'm talking about love letters. I'd have been like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I'm calling on the whole family to save my life. Wow.
I'm trying to listen. And here's me. I don't mind a good romance.
I do.
But you got to give me something more than guy likes girl or girl likes guy.
Yeah, you like the tragedy and
there's gotta be something that keeps it interesting. I don't want to see them standing outside of their house singing and crying and serenading. Please come back. If you don't go sit down somewhere.
No, there's always drama. there's always like some sort of like a tragedy that they put in there, but it's never emphasized like as much as Levi's romances. Like,
yo, get the F out of here. Look, listen.
Stop.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Aisha.
Because that stuff will bore me. That stuff will bore me if it's just pure romance, like how you're saying, like, oh my God, the guy comes back, love letter one day, the next day he comes and sings. Like that stuff I don't really like. There obviously has to be something in there. Wait a minute.
You were in listen, now again, it's been a long time since I've seen Twilight, so y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And again, the reason I'm bringing this up because I know Ruby really liked Twilight and she liked everything about it. So didn't like Jacob like imprint on like Bella's daughter? Like on some
this
freak
is why
shit,
I hate Jacob.
on some freak shit.
Okay,
like,
relax.
Another reason why we should judge Jacob the way that we should.
Relax.
I said, what type of freak shit is this?
Relax. Okay?
Relax. Chose Jacob.
I would have chose Jacob over that little paleless dude that stares at me like he's gonna eat me all day long.
Yeah, but you're Jacob. As soon as your daughter is of age, quote unquote, he would go after your daughter.
I'm not gonna go there, but I
if Bella had chose him, we would have had this issue. Okay, if he had chosen him, he would have been on Renesmee. But you know what? That was her fault. Okay, he became in the family Bella, no matter what.
And his thing, and I don't know if Aisha agrees with me. Bella was the worst.
Yes.
Female romance I have ever seen in my life.
Yes. I cannot
stand. Punch that chick in her throat.
What do you mean? She was blatant.
Horrible. Yes.
And then when she kissed, when she was going to kiss him, like, girl, why is your head bobbing like that? Just go in for the kiss. What are you doing? And then she got the nerve to then go into Snow White and the Huntsman and kiss Chris Hemsworth the same way. I said, oh, baby, this is not going to work because the way if I was with Chris Hemsworth, I'm going in smooth with it. What is you doing? You cannot act.
Yo, it's just and she got. Again,
I like Bella because I feel like if I were to act, I would be Bella. That's why I like her because
that's garbage. That's garbage.
I swear to you, I swear to you, I went to college and I took an acting class, man, and I was so Bella. I was so monotone. I couldn't do nothing.
But see, you know what? Damn monotone situation. It's just, I mean, listen. Yes, to Aisha's point, her acting was dog water. Okay,
she's gotten better. She is now way better than what she was.
I agree.
But, Twilight was hurt my feelings.
My issue with Twilight was this, or her not necessarily her acting because it was terrible. Yes, but the way the character was portrayed. Like Bella was the most aggravating romancy character I have ever seen in my life. I said,
that was perfect romance.
It wasn't.
Yes, the awkward girl.
The awkward girl that stalked the boy. She stalked him.
Awkward, Ruby. She wasn't awkward. She was mentally challenged. Okay, she needed therapy. No, seriously, she was not awkward. She wasn't kidding. Like you look at it from a purely like unrealistic aspect of like awkwardness, shyness, and things like that. No, Bella was deranged. Okay, I'm talking about clinically deranged. Okay, shit. The dudes, any dude worth his salt would have left her there. Especially Edward. She put Edward through hell. She put Jacob through hell. And she put Edward through hell. Any dude, and again, like Edward, you've been alive for hundreds of years. You've dealt with women for hundreds of years. Why are you letting this girl drag you through the mud like this? Why are you allowing her to put you in a situation where you're having to choose, fight with another dude over her? This is madness. He's too old for that shit. Seriously. And I was like, yo, what are we doing? What do we do? Any dude worth his salt would have left her stupid ass in the cold and kept it pushing. All right? That's a whole fact. This bitch needs to be in a fucking psychopath. She needs to be put in a hole, bro. She needs to be strapped up in a rubber room, bro.
Everybody does deserve love. Yes, they do. But damn.
No, hell no. I hated Bella. Hated Bella with a passion. The worst female protagonist ever. I'm sorry, Ruby. I know you love that show. She was horrible. Horrible. You got to find some better. You got to find some better romance women to look up to because Bella's disgusting. Disgusting.
What?
Yeah, she's disgustingly terrible. Jesus Christ.
She was an annoying character. She
well,
was
one of the most annoying.
I didn't watch it for her. I watched it only for the fact that it was
Jacob?
vampires, werewolf.
No,
not even necessarily for Jacob at first, because I happened to just walk by. My sister was watching it, and I stopped and I was like, "What's this?" And I watched.
Well, and I got into it because go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was just more so. I wanted to see a vampire story. It was teenagers. It was something different from the whole Blade vampire thing. The whole underworld vampire world with that, so I wanted to watch it. But Bella got on my nerves from the get-go. Like, literally, you started stalking this boy because he looked at you.
I would do something like that. That's why.
I would not.
They need to lock your ass up too. Then this is fucking crazy.
Because when he came back, I would have said, "The hell's your problem? You got beef? We can fight right here. I'll smash your hand into this."
This is crazy.
I'm not gonna stalk him. I'm not gonna be the whole "you don't come when it's bright." I'm like, who spends all that time realizing that you didn't show up?
The only dude that will respond positively to that type of behavior that Ruby's talking about is a psychopath and a sociopath that will fucking either murder you or beat the fucking.
Oh, don't say that, please.
I'm keeping the whole stat. So that's the truth. I said Hollywood. It's not just Ruby. I've said this before. Hollywood got a lot of these chicks deranged, okay, and they got a lot of these dudes deranged. Remember, and I actually can agree with this. When you see a lot of these teen movies about like losers and nerdy ass white boys that are out here somehow magically getting the baddest chick in the school, like it's candy for losers. Okay, it's not real. Most women aren't going to deal with a guy that looks and behaves in the ways that you see in these films. Same thing with women. The way Ruby said, I like that. Most guys will be freaked out by that type of behavior and look at you crazy. And probably try to get away from you. The only dudes that are going to sit back and be like, okay, I will bite is someone that's deranged. All right. And you don't want to be in that situation. Okay.
Ruby's got me all iffy. She liked the fact that Edward popping up in her bedroom staring at her all
I'm
night.
trying to tell you. No, she knows. I know Ruby personally.
That part. I forgot about that part.
I would have to slap him. I know that ain't no daggone dream. I know
Ruby personally. Yes, she does. She likes anything that is like awkward and different, even to the point of it's detrimental. She doesn't care because she likes that aspect of people.
So let me ask you this, Ruby. You like the scene where after Edward left in the second movie, and she over there screaming in the middle of the night, stop and got her dad running in here. You thought that was cute, and that was
No, that wasn't.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I swear on my life, there are, I guess, certain scenes. See, when I watch stuff, I get very delusional, and I forget certain scenes of the movies that I'm like, that give me the ick. But because I was there to see my romance of between which guy she was gonna choose, I completely forgot of her deranged behavior because because screaming over a guy, having these like
weird nightmares.
Yes.
That your father can't even sleep now.
Look.
Come on.
They know dang sense.
I got onto the film simply because the girls that were talking at the time, it was a phenomenon. All the girls went into it. Grown ass women, okay, were in the theaters watching this shit, okay. So again, it was a global phenomenon, kind of like what's the gray movie with the kinky stuff? What's it called?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, yeah. So
never
kind of like that. It was a phenomenon, and all the girls want to see. So I was always trapped watching this craziness. Even though I will say that the concept of the vampire and werewolf was entertaining to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just hate it because again, Ruby knows I like what I consider a good romance. That wasn't a good romance at all. I said the vampire council should just ate this bitch when as soon as she was they should just ate her. Just called the movie to ate her and called it a day. Okay, because I said she was it would have been a better movie. It would have been a better if they would have got ate Bella, got it, this just got it over with, and it's had Jacob and Edward fight over the fact that she got eaten, it would have been a way better franchise movie, and I would have respected.
Yeah, that would have been nice too.
True, I have to agree. The romance aspect of the thing failed, but the other aspects of the movie, the wars, the battles of them creating other vampires, that's where the movie started getting good. And I'll have to say, the last one That final battle scene was amazing. I went to
Yeah.
see that in theaters. Had me sweating and had me we in the theater screaming after all these people dropping like flies and everything. And then when it realized it was a dang on dream.
I look.
My God.
I was like, whoo, because I was over here telling my sister, like, you told me everybody survived. How you gonna lie in my face like that? How you? And I remember specifically, all these women were there with their boyfriends, and they're all sitting back looking so bored. As soon as they saw the father die, and they all sat up. That's when they got good. I thought that's how y'all feel. You're
That's when
listening
it
to
all
us
started.
scream.
Yeah.
That's when the whole tension started. As soon as that, I remember that.
When he died, and then everybody started dying, Seth and all them, and we screaming in the theater, and all the men. Now the men are all smiling because all the women are tormented in the theater.
Ever since the second movie, I was just hoping and praying that, like, God would like grant me this one piece where like Samuel Wesley Snipes from Blade would just show up and just like obliterate everybody there.
Yeah, that was never gonna happen. That was never gonna happen.
That's the ending that I wanted to see. With Blade show up. Anyways, guys, again, this was good. I appreciate it. This was fun. I hope that the audience and the people in the chat enjoyed our banter and us going back and forth, calling each other out. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we do. Let me tell you something, guys. We love each other. I promise you that. I'll go to war for both of these women. That's a whole fact. But at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all. And thank you so much for coming out and enjoying this podcast. We hope to see you next week.
Whoop, whoop.
You got Aisha, Rube, you got anything you want to say?
It's on the screen. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed.
Show us some love, guys.
Yes, indeed. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.